I'm pregnant, clearly, about 7 months in, and there's a few things that I want to tell you about pregnancy that I wasn't aware of. First one being, when you first take a pregnancy test and it's positive, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, okay, I got to call the OB, I got to do all these things, and you're going to think that they're like, we want to see you tomorrow. No, it's going to be about 8 weeks. They're going to be like, cool, we'll schedule you for 2 months from now or whatever. So you have to sit there thinking you're most likely pregnant, but it's probably not fully confirmed because a lot of things can happen and really we don't know until you have the ultrasound. And so you just have to sit there and wait for about 8 weeks. Secondly, assuming that you have an uncomplicated pregnancy, so don't go bean suit me in the comments, your visits when you go into the OB throughout your pregnancy are going to be like 5 minutes long. You're going to walk in, they're going to ask you if there's any complications, assuming that there's not. All they do is this little Doppler thing on your belly to check the heartbeat. Of course, assuming the heartbeat's good, they're like, all right, see ya. I think a lot of people assume that you're going to have like all these ultrasounds and tons of pictures of your baby, but really that doesn't happen. You get an ultrasound at 20 weeks, which is called the anatomy scan. And I forget, I'm not there yet, but my last pregnancy, I think it was somewhere in 30 weeks. They do another one to make sure that they're head down. But that's it. Those are the only images I got in my entire first pregnancy, and so far, same with this one. And when it comes to actual birth, I don't think getting checked hurts at all. So, I don't know. Again, my personal experience, but it doesn't hurt. The other thing is when they do check to make sure, I forget exactly what they call it, the fundal massage, or I don't know. When they do check to make sure that your uterus is actually going back down, that actually didn't hurt much either. Now, granted, I had a C-section and I was on pain meds, so maybe that's part of the reason why, but I don't remember it being anything of significance. Lastly, weight gain. It's going to vary from pregnancy to pregnancy and person to person, and a lot of times it doesn't have a ton to do with what you're eating or not eating. In fact, I gained more weight in my first pregnancy than I have with this pregnancy, even though, based on how they're measuring, this baby is quite a bit bigger than my first was. It's just all different, and no one should be shamed for how their body changes or doesn't change during pregnancy.